So while out with my friends, we were discussing some of our favorite movies. And of course, I had to bring up Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He brought up Saw, however. And though the third, fourth, and second Saw movies were douchebaggery, I will say, and I did admit to him, that the first Saw is pure genius. But then we got on a different subject. We got on about him actually sawing his leg off, which is totally the same subject because it's the same movie, and I hope you guys already realized that. But if not, now you know. So anyway, while we were talking about him cutting his leg off, I was like, man, no way I could not do that. Not in a million years. That is like the most hardcore thing ever to do to your body, to actually massacre it with a saw. And my friend, wanting to go Brothers of Mario on me, he went up to me and he said, yeah, well, did you ever hear about the story where the guy cut off his limb with a penknife? Penknife. One tiny blade, cut through bone, penknife. Took an insanely long amount of time. But without missing a beat, because you guys know how I am, I didn't want to be the odd man out, and I wanted to even things out with my friends, so I added 3 and 3 together, and I did. I got even. Exactly how I got even? I told him about the story where the guy bust through his wrist. He was trapped under there. He bust through his wrist. Technically, it might have been his arm, his elbow. It was somewhere in the vicinity of the armage region. But anyway, he busted through it with a rock. A rock. He bludgeoned his arm with a rock, completely taking it off. But because we always take it to a new level of retardation, like normal people retardation, we're up here. You can't see where we are. My hand could seriously be touching like clouds, for all you know, the kind that even have rain in them. So we're making up stories about these people, and we're like, you know, if the guy went into a bar that cut his leg off, the bartender would straight up buy him a beer. And likewise, if the penknife man came in, the guy with the sawed off leg, oh my god, he is buying you a beer. But the guy his, you know, the bludged arm, you know, as soon as he walked in, the penknife guys, oh, you totally, beer. And I looked him straight in the face, and I was like, I would never have the balls to muster up enough courage to do that. And after that, there was a sparkle in our eyes, and a twinkle in our toes. And we both looked at each other, and we're like, would you? Would you do it? And we were, I don't know, no. My friend straight up looked at me and he's like, no, I would die before cutting my balls off if they were trapped under a rock. And I was like, what about a car? What? No, what are they doing under a car? Seriously. I don't lay in the middle of the highway, spread legs, you can't see, spread legs. But then we summed it up with, actually the guy who would probably get the most alcohol bought for him would be a normal, regular guy. So he walks into the bar, and you know he's looking at saw leg, bludgeoned, and penknife. They're kind of like, what's your story? And I got a vasectomy. And you know they're all like, oh, shoot, ooh. Get this man a keg. Get this man a keg and some mayonnaise mixed with water so he can remember what it's like. Whew, totally ones up my story.